If you don't know anything, just Google it. Google has become a household name within a few decades, but the struggle behind its success goes a long way. And it's more than about being recognized officially as a verb in 2006. After all, you're looking at the world's favorite search engine that ranked first on Fortune's annual 100 Best Companies to Work For 8 times in 11 years. So, how did Google reach the milestone, and what can startups learn from it? Let us walk you through Google's phenomenal success, what it exactly does, and how. Steal Google's way of doing things to run your business empire like a pro. We've gathered the best and most relevant data from the book Work Rules, in which Laszlo Bock shares his perspective. With Bock's insight, you can learn what makes Google different and how you and your company can replicate the same winning ideas for enormous growth. Bock joined Google as the head of people operations and saw the company grow from 6,000 staff in 2006 to 60,000 in 2016. In Work Rules, Bock penned down his interpretation of the work rules and philosophies behind Google's remarkable success. He sheds light on how Google developed such a diverse culture, attracted super talent from all across the globe, and achieved tremendous growth. Bock emphasizes what it means to empower people, hire the best, and engage in continuous improvement. We have organized these insights into 4 key categories: build a high-freedom culture, hire only the best, manage performance, empower, learn, and grow. Without further ado, let's dive in. Build a high-freedom culture. Whether big or small, the founder plays an integral role in shaping an organization's culture, because having a bossy and arrogant attitude doesn't promise anything except for a noticeable decline between the boss and employee relationships. That's where Google takes a significant edge, as its internal culture produces great employees and founders. The company gives enough freedom to each employee to think creatively and differently. Always remember that the goal of transforming from good to great starts from the inside. So if you want your company to flourish, create a culture that inspires your team and unlocks their potential to the fullest. Hire only the best. There are 2 key ways to build an exceptional team. 1. Hire great people and let them do great work. 2. Hire ordinary people and do everything to make them 90th percentile performers. Bock recommends the former, investing your resources into attracting, hiring, and nurturing the right people. You might find it hard to attract and hire the best talent, but it's worth a deal as a top performer will do what an average performer will take years to understand. At Google, line managers do not select their teams. Once a potential candidate is identified, a separate team selects the right fit for the job. These dedicated recruiters understand what to look for in candidates and are familiar with jobs across Google. So if a candidate is unsuitable for one job, these recruiters replace him with another. Manage performance. When you think of performance management, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Performance ratings and year-end appraisals? Many companies have become so dependent on systems and scores to evaluate their employees that they've completely lost their way toward the real goal, to shape behavior and help employees do better. If you look at it, you'll find that most companies, even big ones, spend so much on buying tools to organize their workflow and evaluate individual performances. But does it help evolve an employee's behavior? Not really. To help your team improve, you need to think way ahead of ratings and rankings. Bock tells how Google sets objectives and key results, OKRs, measures performances, and uses calibration and peer feedback to ensure fairness. For example, after the direct managers assign a draft rating, groups of 5 to 10 managers gather to closely examine their employees' ratings. This approach reduces individual bias, improves perceived fairness, and sets shared performance expectations. Empower, learn, and grow. There is a lot to talk about concepts like employee empowerment, training, learning, and development. Bock shares what Google's perspective and approach are in this area. At Google, it's based on 3 things: building a learning organization, empowering people, nudging them along. Let's look at each of them and what you can learn. Build a learning organization. Most training resources are wasted because companies can't measure actual and behavioral change. If you have experienced the same in your company, it's better not to look at training dollars. Instead, focus on deliberate practice and invest only in courses that change behaviors and results. Empower people. Traditionally, we find a lot of managers doing injustice with their designation by asking employees to follow orders. Google goes the opposite way by eliminating power and status symbols, decentralizing decision-making, and giving people the freedom to shape their careers and make a significant impact. Nudge people along. Sometimes small changes play a crucial role in transforming human behavior. So as an employer or manager becoming conscious of the clues and signals, you can greatly influence your employees' decisions and outcomes. Google takes care of this aspect so people can make better decisions to become healthier, wealthier, and wiser. That's it. Isn't it easy to achieve growth, promote a progressive culture, and win employee trust and loyalty if you broaden your horizon and start thinking a bit differently? So go win it! And don't forget to subscribe to VideoMonks and share this valuable information with others.